RedZoneSports.bet, the British home of American sports.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the SportsHeads. This is the Hurry Up 5 burning topics ahead of week 16. 5 minutes to get through them. Two great guests. Matt Phillips from UKDraftGuide.com. Sam Morgan from The Verge magazine. It's Christmas. We're wearing our Christmas jumpers, obviously. Let's get straight into the questions, chaps. Yeah. After a neck injury in 3 weeks ago, the Cardinals put Adrian Peterson on IR. Now, is it time for him that he retired? Start the clock.
No. I think he's shown that he's got that talent. I think an injury like that he could probably recover from. They've probably done that in a basis of, we're not going to go anywhere, rest up properly, go next year with Peterson and David Johnson and go on from there.
Yes, from me. I just think he's ineffective now. I think you're paying
3.4 yards average, isn't it? Yeah,
you're paying for the old Adrian Peterson rather than the current one.
2 touchdowns, 156 rushes, 525 yards. It's not bad production, but it's not great, is it?
No, not for the money he's on.
12th on the all-time list.
Mm-hmm. He's definitely one of the best all-time. When he's at his peak.
He just needs 37 yards to beat Jim Brown and jump into the top 10, yardage-wise. I think he'll do that, and that'll be that. Mm-hmm. One more season then?
One more season.
We're giving him one more season. Eli Manning to the Denver Broncos or Jacksonville Jaguars is just one possible off-season trade that we've been hearing this week. What other potential trades could you see happening?
I think unless Alex Smith signs a team-friendly, sort of backdated deal, he'll be going. Unfortunately, as a Chiefs fan, I'm quite sad about that. But I think they seem to be moving on, and they're in cap hell. I could see him going to, hopefully not Denver, but
it's the sort of thing John Elway might do, though.
It's the sort of thing he would do
because they're in a win now mode. They've got that great defense. Do they mentor? They want a wet behind the ears quarterback.
Yeah, well, that defense is not as good as it used to be. I think it's one of those things that is tends to be trotted out there, that they got a great defense, but this season they've not been quite as good
because they're on the field too long.
Yeah, exactly. I think like Jacksonville, but then we've seen an improvement from Bortles when you just adjust your playbook and not ask him to do too much. He's more than serviceable. Obviously, Cleveland's an option with Dorsey going there.
I think we'll see Eli will move.
Right. Where's he going?
I wouldn't mind seeing him actually at the Broncos. I think there's a Manning legacy. Yeah, it's going to be that connection. I do worry about the Cardinals because we do some craziness sometimes where it's just like, okay, well, no one's bigger than the team, but it's just like, well, you're putting that kind of away from success. Yep. And I just wonder how many of the sort of players like Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Matthews, those sort of guys there that people could pick up, and I think that's the sort of level of trade we probably will see at some point, and I'm a bit worried at, but yeah, I do see Eli Manning there at the Broncos.
I think Kirk Cousins is going somewhere. It could well be Denver. Or the Rams potentially. I don't think they need him anymore. I think it's a Denver trade, or maybe even Ryan Tannehill. There's an outside one. Ryan Tannehill to Denver. You never know. Most disappointing quarterback, Derek Carr or Jameis Winston?
Tough to say because I think it's Derek Carr personally. Jameis Winston is Jameis Winston of Florida State. He's who we scouted and what we saw in college, and that's just been sort of magnified on the NFL stage.
What does that mean exactly?
Throwing lots of picks and making bad decisions.
Fair enough.
We keep it like that. But Derek Carr, certainly, because so much was expected of him. Even as a team facing you were worried about Derek Carr. That's kind of gone.
Yeah, I agree. I think Derek Carr's probably been the most disappointing out of the two. I think there was a lot of sort of hype around him at the start of this season, and we thought he was going to go on to do great things, and it just hasn't materialised.
125 million over 5 years. He's got a quarterback rating lower than Blake Bortles, Josh McCown, and Tyrod Taylor. So yeah, Carr absolutely by a long way. He needs to improve. LeVeon Bell received the most Pro Bowl votes from the fans. Are we buying or selling him as the league MVP? Can you see it?
you can't look past that. If you look at the Steelers, they've, as a team, you've probably got the most votes of the players that have actually gone into it, so Pro Bowlers. So yeah, you can't look past him really at that point, and he needs to be recognised, I think. And you know, once when that time comes when he does retire, there'll be no questions about him. Obviously, eventually, sort of in that Hall of Fame bracket.
Matt,
I think it's difficult to say really, because I think that we were talking about Russell Wilson earlier. Players that make a difference and make other players better. Obviously, LeVeon Bell is in that discussion, certainly.
But if you took him away from that team, he's not the most valuable player, you wouldn't say, would you? I mean, I don't know. Is Antonio Brown, is Ben Roethlisberger?
No, I think LeVeon Bell is kind of, if there's such a thing as a franchise running back. You know, they build the whole offense. If he's playing well, then the rest of the team plays well. I think that a good running game, particularly someone like him, impacts the game more than an all-star wide receiver does. So I'm selling actually on this one. But I do like LeVeon Bell, obviously, hugely.
Andrew Luck's shoulder injury has kept him out all season. They were hoping he was going to start the season, and there still doesn't seem to be a lot of progress. He's been in Europe trying to sort it out. Is it time that the Colts move on?
I wouldn't say move on in terms of next season going, right, Andrew, look, see you later. I think it's given that time to recover, but do have that sort of forward planning now. But they've got to be conscious that there is a lot of teams looking for that next QB. Yep. So it's a
QB-rich draft.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah, but I'd say plan for not next season, maybe the season after. Bring someone in. Hopefully, Andrew Luck has recovered, because it'd be great for the league to have someone like that. Yeah, but make sure that that succession plan is there.
No, I don't think you should move on at all. Andrew Luck's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's just been in a situation where he's just been overexposed to bad offensive line play and general struggles of a team in flux.
Great stuff. Matt Phillips, Sam Morgan, Simon Millam. We've hurried up one piece of late news. After a series of dropped catches against the Rams, Seattle head coach Pete Carroll says he's looking for a receiver with one eye. He says if he doesn't find him, he's going to use both eyes. We've hurried up. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Here at Red Zone, we have a soft spot for American sports, especially NFL. It's as American as cheerleading. Unfortunately, when it comes to betting on gridiron, there is very little choice between bookmakers. That's because almost all bookmakers get their odds from Las Vegas. And we all know what happens in Vegas should stay in Vegas, especially their nasty odds. So we're stripping back to basics, creating our own odds, giving you lucky punters the very best of British bookmaking for American sports. Would you like to see some more? RedZoneSports.bet, the British home of American sports.